Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All righty. Good morning, Rebecca. Good morning, Amy. All righty. Let's get comfortable. Today is Thursday. February 3rd. I'm Dr. Disha Phillip, cardiologist who deals with all matters of the heart and the founder of the Patch Meditation Mastery. And we meet here in the mornings for a healthy mind, body, and soul breakfast. Because just like it's important to have a healthy food breakfast, it's important to have a healthy mind and heart breakfast. And when we start our days from that place, everything seems to go just a little bit more smoothly. And when we feel like during the day that we're slipping and things are starting to get annoying and this and that, that's a moment just to, that's not my truth. Sit back for a few minutes, maybe 5. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and see if you can remember one point from anything that we talked about in the morning. And actually, when we finish meditation in our time together in the morning, it's a good idea to just remember one point, have a takeaway, and maybe even post it in the comments. Even later, if you come back and be like, you know what, this is a point that I'm going to hold on to for today. Because when you do that, then it anchors it in a little bit. And it just gets a little bit deeper into the recesses of the brain and the heart. And it stays with us a little bit longer. So let's go ahead and get started. For February 3rd, I have all these little things around me that I want to share. Okay. February 3rd for my World Spiritual University calendar. Give charity from the heart with sweetness and selflessness. Give charity from the heart with sweetness and selflessness. And so this is kind of what comes to mind, which might resonate with some of you, is that idea of what giving truly is, right? The difference between giving and pleasing, right? One of my mentors, Stacey Martino, is the one who first taught me about this, or it's where I first heard it, right? Rebecca and Amy know as well. Pleasing, what is pleasing? You want to be pleasing to people. People will tell you that, right? Maybe your mother told you that, right? Just do it, right? And sometimes we find ourselves in situations where people are asking us to do things that we really don't feel like doing. We really don't want to do, and we do it anyways. And then what happens? They don't appreciate it, or something else happened, and then you're like, seriously? I bent over backwards to do this for you, and this is what I get, right? Then you just get pissed off and angry, and you're resentful, right? I think many of us in the medical profession, where we're talking about physician burnout, right, have some of this going on. When we decided to go to medical school, we had a pure intention to help others, right? And they asked us at our interview, why do you want to become a doctor? Because I want to help people. I want to help people. What a pure, loving, sweet intention. And then we got into medical school and residency and fellowship and had our first job, maybe our second job, maybe our third job, right? And the next thing you know, that feeling of, I want to help people is nowhere to be found. And we're working so many hours in a day after day after day without a break, right? 7 days in a row, 8 days, 10 days, 12 days, 14 days. I know many of you can relate to this. And the next thing we know, this was me a few years ago, where I had worked a 12, 13-day stretch. And then it was time for me to come back to the office. And my medical assistant called me and said, your first patient is ready. And I was in the car parking in the garage. And I kind of threw the phone and I was like, I was pissed. And what happened? What happened to that pre-med student who was like, I want to help people. Right? I was like, nope. Right? Because at that point starts feeling like I'm doing all this when I really don't want to be doing, because we're trying to give from a empty well, right? We haven't given to ourselves yet. And so that is pleasing. The boomerang of pleasing is resentment. We get pissed off, angry, and we're like, you know what? I'm done, right? Burn out, whatever it is. Versus give charity from the heart with sweetness and selflessness. So when we're truly giving to someone or something or organization, we give it with the energy of not expecting anything in return. And when we give just to give with sweetness and selflessness, that feeling of resentment, it doesn't arise. It's not even an issue. It's not even a thing. But it's hard to do that when we are so empty and we've given and we've given and we've given. And our battery, right? Like our cell phone battery gets the yellow bar or like red bar and there's like 2% charge left. You can't give. And that's why we're here, because we need to give to ourselves first. Now, in this wonderful little book called Feeling Great by Dottie Janke, she talks about friendship. So one of the things that makes us feel great is friendship. Friendship is the basis of every genuine relationship. But it has to begin with me. Until I take responsibility for and start listening to myself, I cannot be my own friend. Am I kind and loving to myself? Are my thoughts, feelings, attitudes, words, and actions friends with each other? Or are they often in contradiction and out of control? Inner harmony and honesty begins the flow of friendship between me and the outside world. Not only the world of the other actors in my life, but the worlds of time, nature, and matter. Creating this kind of partnership in which I feel positively connected to all other aspects of life creates a great feeling. For this is the feeling of fulfillment. And so she brings up a wonderful question. Am I kind and loving to myself? Am I listening to myself? Sometimes we, especially as physicians, we put our head down and we work. And we just go wherever everybody is, wherever. I always said, I'll go where my work takes me, right? Put my head down and go, put my head down and go, right? And I wasn't listening to myself those years ago, right? I just kept going, right? And that is not kind and loving. I can be an advocate for my patient, but then when it comes to me, it's like, right? So it's so important that first, we listen. We take the time to listen to ourselves, to our heart, to our soul. So what is it do we need? And ask those questions. And that's what we do in meditation. Okay, here's our Ask and It Is Given. February 3rd. By paying attention to the way you feel, you can fulfill your reason for being here. And you can continue your intended expansion in the joyful way that you intended. By understanding your emotional connection to who you really are, you will come to understand not only what is happening in your own world and why, but you will also understand every other living being, with a capital B, with whom you interact. This is like all comes together today, right? With Daddy Junkie's saying, what we're talking about here, giving, pleasing, and paying attention, right, to what you are feeling. By understanding your emotional connection to who you really are, you will come to understand not only what is happening in your own world and why, but you will also understand every other living being with whom you interact. Stick in the comments if you're often wondering, what the heck are they thinking? You just don't understand the people around you. You're like, what is going on? What are all these people thinking? I don't understand them. You don't understand all the other living beings, right? Is it hard to understand people? Right? Maybe you're here and you're like, what is she talking about? Right? Maybe even that, right? What is she talking about? Clarity will come. If you ask the question, clarity will come. Just stick with us. We have a good time. Right? But first, pay attention to yourself. That's the thing. When we put our attention outside of ourselves all the time, right? It's hard to go inward. And this early morning I was meditating and I had my glasses on and I have this really pretty meditation space that I've created in my home. And I have like these twinkle lights and stuff. And I was kind of playing with my glasses. So like I took my glasses and I put them up and I noticed like how different everything looked. Right? Because I can't see, I'm blind as a bat. And like all the little twinkle lights like ended up being like little circles all over the place, like blurry circles and blurry whatever. And then I put my glasses on and now everything is much sharper. And I take it off and everything's very blurry. I know many of us have experienced this. But I was just thinking about how my soul uses my body to see, to hear. And depending on which lens I'm putting on, what I see changes so much. And so that's why we're here too, to maybe put on a different lens and let's see, can we look at life in a different way that instead of hurting us and bringing us down, actually brings us up. Try it today. If you wear glasses, just like kind of play with that for a few moments and be like, I could look at it this way. Like, what if I never got glasses? This is what my world would look like, right? Put it back on. That's what it looks like. It's just interesting. And remembering while you're doing that, you're a soul who's using your eyes to see the outside world. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get comfortable wherever you are sitting. Close your eyes. It's time to meditate in case you're new here. That's what we're going to do. And I'll guide you through the whole thing. You don't need to worry about doing anything, okay? So just get comfortable wherever you are sitting. Close your eyes and imagine or visualize your heart in the center of your chest with two nostrils, one in the right ventricle, one on the left. And let's go ahead and take a deep breath into your heart. Breathe out of your heart. Breathe into your heart. Breathe out of your heart. Breathe into your heart, and this time, make an earnest effort to conjure up those feelings of love, joy, enthusiasm, peace, certainty, safety. Breathe into your heart. Breathe out of your heart and let those vibrations seep into every single one of your organs. Now breathe normally. And we'll begin with the 4 soul questions. Let's start listening to ourselves. First question: who am I? Who am I? Second question: what do I want? What is my deepest desire? Allow anything at all to come to you in the form of a sensation, image, feeling, or thought. Third question: what is my purpose? How can I serve myself and others? Allow anything at all to come to you in the form of a sensation, image, feeling, or thought. Fourth question: what am I grateful for? What am I grateful for? Allow anything at all to come to you in the form of a sensation, image, feeling, or thought. Now silently repeat the following sentence. I am, and your first and last name. Now drop your last name and silently repeat I am and your first name. Now drop your first name and silently repeat I am, I am, I am. And we'll switch that to the vibration of I am, which is aham, aham, aham. And now we'll begin the repetition of our mantra. So for those of you who already have your personalized primordial sound meditation mantra, go ahead and start repeating that now. For everyone else, we'll use the mantra so hum. So we'll silently repeat so hum, so hum. If you'd like to inhale so, exhale hum, inhale so, exhale hum. So hum. Please continue your mantra. I will keep the time and I'll let you know when it's time to stop. Enjoy your meditation. Please keep your eyes closed and stop repeating your mantra and rest. Rest in existence. Rest in awareness. Rest in consciousness. Just rest. And as we rest, I'll pronounce 4 intentions. Just repeat them silently and release them into being. Joyful, energetic body. Joyful, energetic body. Loving, compassionate heart. Loving, compassionate heart. Reflective, alert mind. Reflective, alert mind. And lightness of being. Lightness of being. Continue to rest. And when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes, wiggle your fingers and toes, rub the tops of your legs. Give yourself a big stretch. And bring your palms together and heart to your heart center and give yourself a bow of gratitude for showing up today for a healthy breakfast. To give yourself a few moments to listen to you. And from this place of being charged, let's give a blast of love and light energy out to all of our family, our friends, our community, our city, our state, our country, to our entire planet, to every single brother and sister soul on this planet. And then from there, we give a blast of that energy out into the universe. And then from there, it gets boomeranged right back to us. I'll say namaste. The divine light in me sees and honors the divine light in you. Have a wonderful day, everyone. I will see you back here next Monday. I have a meeting I have to get to tomorrow morning. So please meditate on your own. Take the time. And I'll see you soon. Sending love. Namaste. Namaste.